A very good morning to all of you friends. Today we are going to study about science for class 7. We were studying about heterotrophic mode of nutrition in plants. We have already completed 2 and today we are going to study the next 2 mode of heterotrophic nutrition, that is insectivorous and symbiotic mode of nutrition. Okay, so insectivorous mode of nutrition. Okay, it is given page number 9. Okay, so please keep your book in front of you while seeing this video. Now in case of insectivorous mode of nutrition, insectivorous, that means those plants which depend on insects for fulfilling their nutrient requirements. Okay, these plants, they are capable of producing their own food. They can synthesize their own food by the help of photosynthesis. But the soil in which they grow, sometimes that soil is deficient in nitrogen. So these plants, they are actually deficient in nitrogen, and in order to fulfill the nitrogen demand in their body, they eat insects and digest them. Okay. So in case of insectivorous plant, we will study about 4 different types of plants. Examples are there. Okay, like the pitcher plant, also called nepenthes, like the sundew, like bladderwort, and like Venus flytrap. Okay, the common thing among all these examples is that these plants, they have some sort of sac-like structures in their body. Either the leaf is modified to form trap-like structure, or they have some tentacles in which some glands are present, or some special sacs are present which have digestive enzymes in them. Okay, please pay attention. These digestive enzymes are capable of digesting the insects and then absorb them and then derive the nutrients from them. Okay, so in case of like the first example, pitcher plant. So in case of pitcher plant, pitcher means like a ghara. Okay, so the leaf is actually modified in the form of a small pitcher, and there is a you can say a leaf like structure that closes the opening of this pitcher. Okay, flap like structure. So the flap remains open, the insect may crawl inside, and then this flap closes, and then some hair-like structures are present inside this pitcher which help in trapping the insects. Okay, and after some time, some digestive secretory substances come out, and then they act on the insect, and slowly the insect is, you can say, digested by the plant. Okay, so this is an example of pitcher plant. Now in case of Venus flytrap, the leaf is modified to form some trap-like structures. Okay, so it basically remains open like this. But when the fly or any small, you can say aquatic organisms or any aerial organisms, small, very small flies, they come in contact with these trap-like structures, they get inside, and then slowly the trap closes. Okay, the moment the trap closes, some digestive glands are present in the inner side of those traps. They start secreting, and then slowly they start digesting the, you can say, flies. Okay, but this actually takes, it can take a number of weeks. All the mechanism to trap the insect takes only 15 to 20 minutes only, but digestion of the insect can take place maybe for a few weeks also. Okay, 1 or 2 weeks also, because digestion process is very slow in plants. They don't have stomach like us in which we can quickly digest the food within 2 to 4 hours. Okay, so it takes at least 2 to 3 weeks to digest that small insect. Okay, now in case of sundew, some tentacle like structures are present, and which have some hair like structures, and some sac like glands are present. So when the insects sit on them, they slowly coil. Okay, like this, they coil up, and then the insect is digested inside that coiling mechanism. Okay, so in this way, these plants, they have got some sort of special mechanism to trap the insect, and some digestive enzymes which are capable of digesting the insects. Got it? Another one example is there, that is a bladderwort. It is given in a book also. Bladderwort is also aquatic type of plant. So it has very attractive, beautiful yellow flowers. So whenever the plant sit close to the base of the plant, then they have some sac-like structures through which they stick to those plants, and then slowly digestive enzymes are released, and the plants are, they capable of digesting the insects. Okay, so 4 examples in case of insectivorous plants, please remember them: pitcher plant, sundew, bladderwort, and Venus flytrap. Okay, so here we finish insectivorous mode of nutrition. The fourth one is symbiotic mode of nutrition. Okay, a small paragraph is also given here regarding symbiotic mode of nutrition. So these are the lichen. Okay, so lichen is an example of symbiotic mode of nutrition. Sometimes during the rainy season, if you go close to the bark of a mango tree and try to feel the bark of the mango tree, you will see some moss like structures, although not moss. Moss is totally different, mind you, but these are smaller. Lichens are smaller than moss and you cannot actually feel them, but they are present like impression, okay, like marks on the bark. They are called lichen. These lichen, although we can see by the help of our eyes, but basically lichens are also made up of two parts, that is the algae and the fungi. Now let us see how. So we are going to study now about the symbiotic mode of nutrition. Okay, so symbiotic means, sim means mutual relationship. That means it is a type of nutrition in which two organisms, they live close to each other and one is dependent on the other for food, shelter, minerals, etc. Okay, so mutual type of association in which both the organisms are dependent on each other and they fulfill the requirements of each other. What kind of requirement? Maybe synthesis of food, maybe shelter, maybe absorption of nutrients, etc. Okay, so symbiotic means mutual association between two organisms which live in close proximity with each other and they are mutually dependent on each other. Okay, so example is lichen. In case of lichen, there are two organisms which are present in close proximity, that is the algae and the fungi. Okay, so the algae component and the fungi component. Algae, you know, they are photosynthetic in nature. So the algae, they produce food for the fungi, and the fungi, they give shelter as well as help in absorption of nutrients and other minerals. Okay, so in this way fungi cannot make its own food, you know, because they are colorless. So they provide shelter and minerals, whereas algae, they can only photosynthesize. So they together depend on each other, very mutual association, and such kind of association is known as symbiotic mode of nutrition. Okay, so example is lichen. So here we finish the two important types of heterotrophic mode of nutrition, that is insectivorous and symbiotic. Okay, I will upload some notes for you. Please write down those notes and also refer to your own book for clearing your concepts. Thank you so much for watching this video.